Hello, Scripps High School. I'm Robert Perry, and I'm going to be your instructor for this Political Science 102 class. This class is going to be given totally asynchronously, so we're not going to have class meetings. And this will probably extend into the spring as well as we take the Political Science 101 class. So, unlike previous semesters, we're going to be asynchronous, and there's going to be no regular meetings that we will be having. I will be uploading lecture videos, and I'll show you where to access them in a minute. So let's go ahead and take a look at our syllabus a bit. Here are my office hours. I tried to coincide my Monday office hours with your lunch period. So it's going to be from 12:30 to 1:30. I'll send you guys the link before. And then on Wednesdays nights from 6:30 to 7:30, we will be on Zoom. And again, I will send out a link for that. Okay, so here is our text. You should be able to get it from the library. I've been using this text for the past 4 classes at Scripps Ranch. I believe you guys are my 5th or my 6th. I'm not really sure. But I started here at Scripps in 2016. So we're using this text, The Irony of Democracy, so you should be able to get it from the library. Here are our student learning outcomes. Go ahead and take a look at it. These are all stuff that we're going to be talking about, and objectives as well. These are all stuff that we're going to try to understand and try to comprehend, and these facts that we have about politics and everything like that. So we go down, the syllabus might be subject to change. I may change dates around. I may cut out some parts. I don't think that may be necessary, but for the most part, we're going to be talking about the concept and the basis of American politics. And in the next semester, in the spring semester, we're going to talk about political science as a whole. So take a look at the syllabus. It's on the first page of the Canvas. If you need help getting Canvas, make sure you use your Canvas that is through the San Diego Community College District. Please, if you need to get in contact with me, email me through the Canvas inbox here, and I will respond to you within 24 hours. Okay, so here's what the course requirements are. Typically get ready to spend about 2 hours a week outside of class, in addition to the class lectures and stuff that you're going to be having. We're going to have weekly reading assignments. We're going to have discussion questions. Every month, we're going to have what I call a political awareness assignment, 4 exams, a Supreme Court project, as well as homework participation. And these are all good, a good synopsis of the point allocation. So make sure you take a look at that and understand the grading scale for this class. I'm going to expect you guys to keep up with current events. Okay, so here are some links. You're not limited to the ones that I have here. You can look at other links and take a look at what they have to offer for you. We're going to have 4 opinion pieces during this term, and they're going to be due on the 7th of each month. The first one is going to be due on September 7th, and subsequently we'll have one due October 7th, November 7th, and December 7th. And what I want you to do is select the current event, write a 1 to 2 page paper about it. Basically, just tell me what you think about it, how it relates to class, your feelings, and how this may affect our society. So, these are going to be worth 5 points. So it's just me trying to get you into the habit of looking at current events and maybe analyzing current events. We're going to have weekly Canvas discussion assignments. And basically what it is I have a question that's posted, and I'm going to want you guys to respond to it. And in turn, also respond to 2 classmates and give feedback to 2 classmates. Now I'm going to ask you guys to keep the discourse on the civil. So make sure we don't say in each other that might something that might upset somebody. So let's be civil, let's be concise, let's try to have a good discussion. And these are going to be due each Saturday, right? So your initial response is going to be due on Saturday, and I will expect you guys to respond to your 2 classmates by Sunday, and then I'm going to grade these on Mondays. Okay? So make sure you do a well-researched post and give some substantial feedback to your colleagues or your classmates. Just don't say I agree with you or you're right on. Make sure you support in both the post and the responses. Make sure you support your position on that. We're going to have 4 exams throughout the course of this class. The first one is going to be worth 30 points, the second one 50, the third one 50, and lastly the last one 30. You can see on the Canvas calendar the dates for the exam. Also, we have them here in our syllabus, and we'll look at them in a minute. We're going to have also a Supreme Court project, and this is a research project that's going to be based on, you doing research on a Supreme Court case. So I'm going to ask you guys to pick a case. You guys are going to give me a historical background of the case, including the issue that was argued. Remember, in any type of Supreme Court case, there's going to be a constitutional question, right? What part of the Constitution is being affected? So I want you guys to be able to identify that. Then give me the decision in the case, a description of the majority opinion, a description of the dissenting opinion, a description of the concurring opinion, and how you feel personally about that case. Now, I have a list of cases that you can use. You're not limited to these. You can pull in other ones, but these are basically ones that I have that are some of the more common ones. The only thing is, try to do something other than Roe, Plessy, or Brown. I don't think it's these cases. It isn't that these cases aren't important. In fact, they're 3 of the most important cases in the history of our country. But, I've read a million papers on them, so I would kind of like you all to do something a little different. But if you want to do it and if you're more comfortable, make sure you take a look at these. You can do those if you want. There's a couple ways to accomplish the assignment. The first one would be to write an evaluation research paper about it. Minimum 5 pages, not including works cited, abstract, or cover page. And this will need to be turned into Canvas by the due date and use APA formatting. I have some links to the APA website that I can give you that if you have problems using APA, they're very helpful. Another thing you can do is you can create a 5 to 10 minute video presentation about the case, answering all these questions above. But make sure you do some type of PowerPoint or Google slide or skit or screenshots or whatever with a voiceover. We'll go into a little bit more detail about what I expect as the semester goes through. This is going to be due toward the end of the semester in December. Also have a couple of links here. The Purdue Writing Lab is a good resource to help you with your writing, and it's a free service. And I have a link to the APA website if you want to learn how to cite in APA format if you don't know. Also, there are resources here such as Oyez and Justia and the Supreme Court blog that could help you identify a case and give you a good platform and a good base to start writing your paper. Each week there's going to be a practice quiz. Each quiz will have 5 questions, each worth half a point. You'll have 2 attempts to do it. Please take a look at this and understand the important materials. Don't dismiss this as help because in some instances, some of these quiz questions might be on our exam. So I'm just wanted to kind of put that out there right now. A little bit about my expectations. Please participate in class, do the discussions, complete the homework, complete the readings. We're going to be respectful and courteous of other people's opinions and cultures. Any deviation will not be tolerated. Don't worry about number 5. Obviously, number 5, we're not meeting in class, so that doesn't really matter. Don't disrupt my class. Don't post anything on the Canvas shell that might cause some controversy or anything like that, as we will be taking this really seriously. Don't cheat or plagiarize. Remember, I have resources that I can check for plagiarism, so make sure that doesn't happen. My goal is for everyone to pass this class. If you give me an effort and show that you comprehend the material, you should be fine. However, if there's something that isn't jiving, let me know. We can set up a Zoom appointment or something, and we can work things out. All right? Okay, so here's the class calendar. On the Sunday of each week, I'm going to send out a reminder for you to take a look at the material. Our first class is August 30th, obviously, and in that, we're doing this introduction and the review of the syllabus, and we're going to talk a little bit about elite theory versus pluralist theory. So I want you guys to read chapters 1 and 2, and you have a homework quiz that is due on 9/4. Subsequently, in September, when September 7th comes around, that's a Tuesday. Obviously, on that Monday, we're not gonna be having anything done because that will be Labor Day. Here is where your first discussion is due, your political awareness assignment is due, and you have homework questions that are due. And I have each week laid out in the assignments that are due. Just to kind of take a look at, our first exam is going to be on 9/25. It's going to be worth 25 points, and we'll cover weeks 1 to 4. I will give you all a study guide to help you get ready for that. So I'll send that out, and you'll have that at your disposal. And kind of just going forward, these are all the things we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about elitism. We're going to be talking about the masses. We're going to be talking about voting. We're going to be talking about the media. We're going to talk about interest groups, the 3 branches of government, bureaucracies, federalism, and civil rights. The Irony of Democracy book has a section on foreign policy. We're actually going to hold that off till next semester. We're going to go a lot into foreign policy and the American diplomacy relationship with other countries when we go forward. There's a lot of things going on here in the world right now, and we're gonna try to analyze it. Makeup policy, all coursework is due on the date stated. You will have 3 free passes if you miss a discussion or assignment during the semester. So, say for instance you miss one discussion, let me know if you do it late and you get a free pass. After your 3 free passes are used up, you'll be deducted a half a point of grade for each class meeting after the assignment is due. All right. We talked about cheating, plagiarism. Here's a grade dispute policy, code of conduct. If there is any issues, remember, you guys, this is a college class, so I'm going to treat it like it's a college class. Obviously, due to a law called FERPA, I won't be able to speak to parents. If there is a matter where your parents or your guardians want to talk about this class, you would need to contact Miss Estrada in the counseling office, and then we can discuss stuff that's going on. Generally, I try to use this as a last resort. It's something that doesn't happen often in my classes, but if there is a problem between you and the class or you and I, we can generally resolve it. I mean, I'm a very open person, and I will really advocate for you and work with you to get your goals accomplished. Okay, so attendance policies, remember we talked about that. Don't worry about this, but if you feel like this is maybe too much for you or you're not prepared for this, obviously talk to your counselor about dropping out of this class. Doesn't really happen to me. I think it's only happened maybe once in the 5 or 6 years that I've been teaching this class at Scripps Ranch, so I don't anticipate it being a problem. Now, if we look at this and we look at our Canvas shell, here is going to be the homepage. Let me go back up to it. I'll have my syllabus here, my bio, some videos, personal introduction videos, some policies, netiquette. Make sure you read the place about netiquette. And then what I want you to do is visit the module section, right? And if you look at the module section, I'm going to have information here about course management. So my contact info, note-taking tips. Make sure you look for feedback on work that you send me. Resources for you. Most of your resources are going to be through Scripps Ranch High School. So I still have Miramar College resources here in case you need to remember you're able to use them. And some other things that might help as well. Here are our learning objectives. They were addressed on the syllabus. And here we have each week laid out. Remember, I have instructor access, so I have all the weeks laid out. You may only have, I think, the first 3 or 4. I release them as we go. This is how typically a week is going to happen. I want you guys to look at the content, do the reading. You have the PowerPoint here. I'll post all the PowerPoints. I also have a study guide, right? Here is the link for your quizzes. Here is a link that will have your lecture video. And then what I want you guys to do before September 1st is answer this question. It's not going to be worth any points, but I want to get to know you all. It's kind of too bad that we're not going to be meeting in person this year. But, we'll make the best of what this pandemic has given us. And we'll definitely make sure we have the same success as I've had with on-site classes in the past. All right, so make sure you look at this. Make sure you check the pages in Canvas and look at some of the information that is there. I'm gonna start something called the Remind app, and what the Remind app will be is it'll be a way for you and I to communicate through our text messaging. If I see or hear about any type of harassment going on, I definitely will handle it and need to report it. So make sure you only use the Remind app as communication between you and I. All right, don't communicate with other students on the Remind app. So yeah, that's basically it. So we have a couple of things that we need to do for this week. So for week 1, answer the practice quiz questions and by the 4th, and do your introduction by September 1st. All right. So if you have any questions, make sure to let me know. All right. We will talk to you soon.